we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader. We've had a really good trading in the New York session. It worked out really nice. Made pretty good money. That's why I was here to show you and how I did it and how it works and why it's so important for me. So the main thing is where to buy and where to sell. Are we at the top or are we at the bottom? Remember, when you're at the bottom, you have better chances of it going up, and when you're at the top, you have better chances of it going down. Now, is that always the case? No. There are a couple spots like right here. Well, it still would have gotten out. Right here, if you would have sold, it would have went back up and then finally sold and came down and made money. Everything on the chart here made money, but there are some that don't make money, and that's something you need to understand. That's why you got to have a stop loss that you're willing to risk and already know ahead of time of what that is. So if we can come in here and see that the New York session, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 good trades, and that worked out good, then you're able to have at least one loss, and a small loss, and be able to do very well. That's the main thing about this. So whether you're on a 5-minute, whether you're on a 1 minute, doesn't matter the time frame. I like it on the 5 and the 15, works really good. Let me see, we're finally in profit. Let me get rid of this last trade so I'm done with that. So this way all my trading is done. But let me zoom out here just a little bit. There we go, one zoom out. Now you can see is the market, what did it do? For the sessions here, it went up, sideways, went up, then came back down. So it worked out really nice. And you can see on the gears that down here you're supposed to be buying. And when you got the gears at the top, you should be selling. Now out of all of these, if you sold here, it took a little while, but it did go down. If you sold any of these, it did go down, got you out. This one here was the only one, but this was a really strong uptrend and move. And if a robot did sell it on you, you would have to close the trade because it's going to take a loss. It's going to keep on going, and there's no way your stop loss is that big. It only should be 1/3 of this spot. So then at that point, you had one loss, but you had quite a few winners as you went up. And over here, win. Let me see here. This one here would have went down, came back up, still held it, finally came down for the win, then went back up for the win, came down, came up. So it only had one loss theoretically. Now that's if the robot took all the trades and got you out of all the trades. But that's why I like to be watching it too. This way, for some reason, the robot didn't do what it's supposed to do, I can do it for it, or I can do it a little bit sooner so I can keep my mental anguish down. So you never know, because sometimes the robot takes a long time. Even though it usually does what it's supposed to do, I am not willing to always wait. So I don't mind taking profit when I need to take profit. So I'm not saying get out early, but make sure you get your profit and make sure you don't let your losses run. That's the whole thing. So right now we're going back up, but you can see that if you bought down here at the bottoms, you had a better chances if you bought at the top. If you bought at the top, you would have lost money, thought it was breaking out, Even when it did break out up in here, it broke out, but then it came back down. So the main thing is don't buy on the breakout. Let it show you that it's trying to reverse, wait for it to come back in and then sell it. Now if you feel like this was a topping area, this magenta line, I sold right off that line. So I wasn't worried about it. I knew that was 3,700, that we're probably not going anymore. The market is done, so it's pretty crazy. So we hit a high of today. We actually even broke through it, but I knew we'd come back down, so it worked out nice. But this is how the system works, and this is why it keeps me in check where I'm at. Do I still run the A+ trade system? Yes. The in and out? The in and out I still use because it works. So this is how I do my manual trading, and then I check it on the other chart. So when they both coincide, when I see that we have structure, we're going away from structure, we're above the everything is green, I'm willing to take that trade because it lines up with what I'm seeing on the gears. So it works out really nice. And sometimes I just trade the gears by themselves because they're so accurate too. But if I'm looking for more information, I come over here to the in and out template to see where I'm at, to see what's going on, because I think this is more visual, gives me more information, where the other one gives me vague information, but the correct information. That's why I keep it vague. I don't want too much stuff on here because all it does is confuse you. So let's look and see how I did today. We bring up the chart here, make it bigger so I can read it. Let's see, it did really good. Yeah, we made 585 today. We started out the day with 1235, made 585, which is very good. I was only looking for 3, but we were in the trade room, we were having a good time, and we were just, going to town. So it worked out really nice. I don't think I only had maybe one or two losers in here, so it worked out really nice. Other than that, most everything won, and it was very, very good. Let me see if I can pull this up a little bit higher so you can see the bottom of it. There's all the information here, so you can see how we did. Let's see, we had profitable trades, 24 shorts. I don't know if I had any losses. Let me see. Total, no, didn't have any losses, so it looked like I might have, wasn't sure. But because of the gears, it keeps me out of the losses, so that's the whole thing. I was willing to take a loss if I had to, because a small loss is not going to hurt me with this. I still made money throughout the day. I don't know how many of you can say you did this, so this is how I did it, and this is why I use it. This is why we had the advanced class for the scalping, because we went over how to use all this. Worked out really good. Everybody liked the class, and the class is still available. It's 3 hours. And we do have the full-on boot camp if you really want to understand trading, but that is 20 hours. So that's a big difference than 3 hours. 3 hours is just for scalping. Boot camp's 20 hours for total training to become an intermediate trader to an expert. So that's what it's all about. The other one is just to become a better scalper using our system, how I trade, how it's helped me become a better trader and less stress. I mean, that's really what it's all about. And that's what people say. We had Thomas in the trade room. He says, wow, you seem so calm and for sure about your trades. It's because it does give you the confidence. And when you don't have it and you went down for the sell, and let's say you didn't get out and it started going up, obviously I need to exit this trade. We're not coming back down because I know the topping area is going to be much higher up by looking left, because that's all we talked about with looking left, all the information. So the whole thing is I can just put a trend line underneath here, and when it broke that trend line, then it's time to sell. And that was right up in here. It was time to sell. Come on down. Worked out good. All right, everybody, if you're looking for a good way to trade, if you're looking for a system, if you're looking for a way to keep you out of trouble, this will trade for you. You can trade along with it, or you can put this alongside while you trade anything else. That's what's good about this. All right, thank you again. Let's make money in the markets. Bye-bye.